Ellie. I'm sorry. Jesse! They're down here!
I didn't want to say it at the time, not entirely, but in the first game, Joel got a watch from his daughter, and then his daughter died. So when this game opened with Joel giving Ellie a guitar, I was like, oh, that's not great foreshadowing.
Hey.
Hey.
Could I sit down, please?
Yeah.
Maria wants to make sure you're eating.
She can't stop us.
To have the guys that we would need to do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
What if we get hit by hunters again?
Is this you talking or is this her?
It's a valid point.
If it were you or me, Joel would be halfway to Seattle already.
No, he wouldn't.
He absolutely fucking would be.
Well, we don't even know for certain that they're from Seattle.
Washington Liberation Front. That's what you said was on those patches.
What if they stole those jackets?
That's...
What if the WLF moved?
What are you doing? You know what? I'm leaving tomorrow. And if you want to come with me, great.
You have no idea what you're walking into. You don't know how large that group is, how armed.
I don't care. You can't talk me out of this.
Give me a day to talk to Maria. Okay? There's got to be some folks she can spare.
And if she won't budge?
Well, I'll figure something out. One day. Please.
Fine.
Okay. Okay.
You gonna wait a day or are you gonna run?
stop at his house before we leave. I just have to pick something up. Okay.
Sounds like Dina's coming. Oh, that is not a small number of deaths. I guess you wouldn't expect it to be.
I couldn't get to the horses. Looks like Tommy took one. Now Maria's got the stables locked down.
Fucking Tommy. We'll figure something else out on the way. A car or a horse or something.
Okay.
Tommy was just
This makes getting to Seattle
stalling.
a lot harder.
Then it's gonna be harder.
You can still change your mind, you know.
I know.
Just don't want you to feel like you have to.
Ellie. You go. I go. End of story.
You need to get your backpack.
I hid it by the east gates. I figured we'd want to slip out that way.
Any chance we're gonna get Jesse? Just thinking of other established characters. I figured Ellie wouldn't go alone. A few people traveling as a group seems to be like the staple. Things would get really lonely and morose and maybe even boring if she's just alone. Ah. People cared about Joel here. I'm not sure where they get so many flowers these days. Someone must have a nice garden somewhere.
Hey. What do you need? I can go get it.
I want to do it.
Okay.
I'm okay. Come on.
She lost everyone.
I'll hang out down here.
Thanks.
It's a nice house. Everyone she's ever known from the first game were totally cut off, aside from Tommy, I guess, who played a minor role that time around. Yeah, Tommy wanted us to think that we would want to talk us into sticking around so he could come up with a new plan to help. So if we stalled, we were hoping we get backup, but he was using the chance to lock up all the horses and make sure that nobody could do anything about us. Got a name. Mouth tastes like iron. Wounds break open as I scream, sing. Fretful. You were the soft twang of nylon, a smell of wood oil. Fretful. Guitar. Trying to write a song here. Guitar strings with iron are brighter. Guitar strings with iron twang sound brighter. They mistook your resonance and left me with dissonance. Left me with rust. All I have is our last conversation, looping like a chord progression, harmonies in blood. WLF, Washington Liberation Front. Who are they? Tommy said her name was Abby. Was she trying? Was that Is the drawing and the lyrics from before what happened? All I have is our last conversation. It seems like she was writing a song about what happened. Was she trying to draw Joel or one of the people? Seems like Joel. We have a character who has been fridged. But it's a rare example of it being a dude. Motivate a woman for revenge instead of the other way around. That was likely deliberate. We never got answers. She didn't say what it was. They started trying to undercut each other. Why don't you go ahead and do your speech you've practiced so much? And then you don't get to rush this. And she wasn't alone. The other guy was in on it too. Specifically motivated by this, whereas the other ones... It's not entirely easy to tell, but it sounds like they were all on this mission together. Like this is why they all came here. From Washington. All the promises at sundown, I meant them like the rest. Is that working on a new guitar? Probably just working on a guitar. Fixing them up's one thing, perhaps. It feels like being able to properly, like, make one from scratch is probably beyond their current infrastructure. Idiot's Guide to Space. That's probably the thing. He was in a dark place for a long time. There's his record collection. But he finally hit a point where he had a family and a home again. When Tess came to him with a job at the beginning of the first game, he was pretty much just sitting around drinking. He didn't have a whole lot going on. There's me, and a horse. Is that Glimmer? Is that the one I'm gonna steal? At the very least, I'm a little grateful there was like a time skip. They got to have a life for a little while. Not long enough. But like, he didn't just end the first game by immediately... Like, they didn't follow up the first game by having him just immediately die after all that. It's definitely been years. That's gotta be it, right? It's the watch that he got from his daughter the day that she died. Is that when it was damaged? Immediately? So for him, time stopped. Until he met Ellie.
Ellie, can you come down here?
Oh.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just...
I expect every interruption to be a bad thing.
Maria, I'm headed to Seattle. I wish I could let it go, but I can't. I have to bring these people to justice. Ellie's gonna try to come after me, but stop her. Take her guns, lock up the horses, maybe lock her up. Buy me some time so I can end this. Love you always, Tommy. He's gonna get himself killed.
He should have taken me with him. You should have given us a group to go after those fuckers.
I wish I could.
You gonna try to lock me up?
I'd prefer that you stay.
That's not gonna fucking
I
happen.
prefer that you stay, but I know you better. You going with her?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna sneak out of here?
Yeah.
On foot?
Yeah.
I told the stable to let you out with your horse. Grab some ammo, too.
Thank you, Maria.
Just, do me a favor and bring my dumbass husband home in one piece, please.
Of course.
All right, then. Get going, you're losing light.
I was right at first to suspect that she might just take off. What the fuck? They made it already? But it turns out it was Tommy that was doing that, stalling like, hey, just wait a day. Then he takes off.
This hunter was on top of him, drowning him, and Joel couldn't get to his gun.
Jeez. Were you scared?
Well, I didn't even think. I just ran in there, grabbed his gun, and shot the guy in the face.
How old were you?
14. How old were you when you first killed someone?
We talking infected?
No. Fully conscious, non-fungal person.
10?
Wow. What happened?
Guy was coming at my mom. I stabbed him.
Shit. You got me beat.
Yeah, I'm a real badass. So how lost are we?
We're not.
Uh-huh.
Hey, have a little faith.
This is actually just straight up one of the most beautiful locations I've ever seen in a video game.
What about those crazy cannibals you said you and Joel ran into? They came after you guys once. Maybe these WLFs are connected to them.
No. It didn't seem like the same group.
Maybe those black market smugglers back in Boston?
Dina, Joel crossed a lot of people. I don't see the point in guessing.
Okay.
At least until we find out more information.
I figure they're either fireflies or just some random people he wronged. It'd be disappointing if they have anything to do with the... They wouldn't. It's not the evil villain from the last game. No one's getting revenge for that asshole. And I don't think he's from Seattle. Joel had an astonishing kill track record. A lot of people were dead because of him, and
Ellie, cars.
by his own admission, they weren't all
Start keeping an eye out.
self-defense. We're in Seattle. Let's go visit Bird's house.
Here we go.
Guess I was wrong. Turns out you do know where you're going.
Man, this rush hour traffic just in deadlock. I don't know how we're gonna get through. I'm gonna be late for my appointments. We gotta take a look at this, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh. Doesn't hurt to have that, does it? What am I reading? Just Welcome to Seattle. I actually want to visit Seattle. Preferably not like this. It's a specific zoom in. Is that the high traffic zone? Yeah, it's downtown. It's usually a busy area. Well, good news. I know how to get around.
Anything good in there?
Found an old tourist map.
Well, that's something.
It is something. I also found some alcohol. That's even more something. Oh. We always have it on us now. Yeah, I figured we had a whole trip behind us. Idaho Falls. Dina caught 3 jackrabbits tonight. She has these traps her sister taught her how to build. They're fucking effective. My appetite hasn't come back yet. Trying to force food down. Twin Falls. Found a camp along the main highway. If it was Tommy's, he's probably only a day or so ahead of us. We're getting close to Boise. Boise? Dina's pushing to go around. I don't want to add 2 days to this trip. These hunters tried to ambush us. Fuckers didn't stand a chance against us. We were scavenging for supplies when I was looking at Dina. Felt a deep appreciation for her coming along. I really love her. Baker City. We saw a pack of wild horses today. They were skittish. Then Dina offered them some fruit that we collected. They ended up following us for a bit. Wish I had a camera. I've never seen her smile so wide. For like half a day, I wasn't thinking about the WLF or Joel. Feeling guilty about that now. I'm struggling to sleep. Keep seeing him with his head. Dina seems to be sick. I think she caught a cold. I feel calmer with her lying next to me. I want to do something nice for her. Yakima. Found another camp along the highway. Can't be sure if it was Tommy, but we haven't seen other people in 2 weeks, so fingers crossed. She caught a cold. Can you catch a cold in this situation? I'm not actually sure. I just kind of figure, without people around to give it to you, what's the chances of really getting a cold? I don't think it just naturally occurs from the elements, as much as people will like tell you growing up, like, you put your coat on, you'll catch a cold, as if like cold itself gives you a cold. But Starfire, kids. Emiru and Sorohoshi. When 14-year-old twins Emiru and Sorohoshi found a meteorite in the woods outside Kyoto, touching it imbued them both with the power of astrokinesis, the ability to take starlight and turn it into energy. Taken into custody by the Society of Champions, Tesseractor mentored the kids on how to use their power safely and wisely. Though this overprotective nature eventually drove them away. Now they live on the streets trying to find meaning and purpose in their powers. Why not collect as we go, right? Oopsie daisy. Alright. This is so well rendered. It's grim that we're not here for anything resembling a good reason. We got a brand? Yep. For Jackson. There's a brand on one hip.
Sure seems quiet.
Don't say that out loud.
Think about how well we hide our lookouts.
I know. That's what scares me.
They could already know we're here. And we've already established they're a shoot first, don't ask questions for the people. That's why it was so lethal with Tommy and Joel. Just going straight for it. The moment they realized who he was. No chance for him to finish realizing what was happening. No villain speech. Just shoot him in the leg immediately. And then really violently knock his brother out. Like, that was a lot of blows to the head. Really very quickly. It was not a good watch. But they left us alive. That's what's rough. Is, I think that means that they think they're good people, which I guess isn't that much of a surprise. That's like the norm, right? Like a lot of villains think they're good people. But they probably think they're in the right. Those vehicles back there. They probably think they're in the right for what they did. This is a revenge mission for something that Joel probably did totally do. And he might have deserved it. At least at some point. But they specifically, like, the smart thing to do is kill all witnesses. But they left both of us alive. That's a great risk to themselves, so it had to be entirely a moral call. Like, there's a kernel of decency in them. It's I think it's gonna be rough when we find out what they're so mad about. It's gonna be something that, like, I don't know how to something you don't want to know that Joel did, but you probably already accepted that he probably did.